Hello everybody, thank you for watching our video. This is Jimmy Wu from Prowork Pacific Inc. Before we start our topics, please give us a like and also share out this video. And if you like us, please you may also subscribe us so you won't miss our other videos. And today, before we start our topics, because today's topic is kind of long story, a little bit longer, so we will break into like two parts, part one and part two. So please be patient and watch both. Okay, today I want to talk about one topic, is very common, and when we design, they always ask, oh Jimmy, what should I use for flooring? What kind of flooring I should use in my home? In general, outside right now, there is three major type, major category is wood, stone, like a tile, we call tile, right? Wood or tile, or carpet. So today I would go with this, and then inside these three, each category have like a little bit, detail, small subcategories. So I would like to talk about the price, what is it, what kind of made of, what is it made of, and what is the pro and con on each one. So, and then you get some general idea, and then hopefully can help you when you budget your house, project, and also is, understanding like in which area of your house should have what type of material or what type of flooring. First of all, we start with is wood, under wood. Inside with wood flooring, that is from the very beginning, okay? Wood flooring means hardwood flooring, means real wood. Now, real wood flooring is like, we talk about like a planking, like almost half inch or 5/8 inch thick planking. And, this is a real solid hardwood, whole piece. Okay, so, and the cost we talk about is not, if you buy from Home Depot, Lowe's, they still have, okay, we talk about maybe about $6 to $8 per square feet. And also, okay, what is a good part about real hardwood is, the wood grain, first of all, wood grain, right, this is a real one because it's real wood, right, and the texture, it was a hardwood, right, so the touching the texture on the tiles on the wood planks is really nice. Not only that is, our hand or finger. Some people say, oh no, when I touch, people tell me, well, when I touch the hardwood or the real hardwood versus I touch some engineered wood, I feel the same. Yeah, but actually, it's because our finger, we do not have enough pressure to touch on that. In fact, if you put it on the ground, with your bare foot, you walk on it, you can tell the difference. You stand on a concrete floor, you're standing on a wood floor, or you're standing on tile flooring. Actually, your feet can tell you the difference. So for real hardwood, I would say the real hardwood is give you the most warm feeling or texture when you stand on it. So, but this is a real good part. Okay, but what is the drawback? What is the con of this side is, number one, right? Expensive, right? The wood itself, the flooring is so expensive. If a nice hardwood, it can cost you more. Okay, or almost I would say nowadays, only I would say for luxury house, they will use real hardwood flooring. In fact, I know some luxury house even nowadays they use engineered wood. They don't use hardwood because another issue about hardwood flooring is very difficult to install. You need real professional installer. But in this island, Honolulu Island, not many contractors know how to install real hardwood flooring because real hardwood flooring have a big shrinkage and expand rate. It means, shrinkage and expansion means when, summertime, wintertime, the shrinkage, the changing, right? If you do not install it correctly, when the time you're getting shrinkage, the wood start leaving, start getting gap, okay? And also, or maybe, summertime, hot time, they popping up. So, in this, there's just a lot of techniques in there. It's got to be some experienced installer. They know how to install real hardwood flooring. And also, hardwood flooring, under a long time, it will getting old and deformation because, like I said, because of the shrinkage and expand, when the piece of wood keep expanding, shrink, then that will start to deform. So it's like a high chance of deformation of the wood of the flooring itself. So that means we require higher maintenance. You have to put, we call it what's called waxing. Yeah, you have to keep the maintenance on this wood to protect the texture. Otherwise, when the wood dry out, all the water dry out from the flooring, it start getting warping or start bending. Okay, so this is a drawback for hardwood. Texture is good, but high maintenance and also high price too. Okay, now so people in America, so we developed the first generation of engineered wood. Now, engineered wood is how they build is now they put hardwood layer. They still have hardwood, but it's like a thin layer on the top, and with the bottom is plywood at the bottom, or mixed wood, like particle board at the bottom. So the wood becomes thinner. It's talking about mostly like a tile, like a 3/8. Okay, and now this is going to give an advantage is they still keep the real wood on the top, so you have the wood grain is real, right, and the texture. Okay, and also easier install, easier than the real hardwood, right, and less shrinkage and expansion rate, right, and less deformation. Now the price of engineered wood is about $4 to $6, so a little bit cheaper. Okay, and also easier to install. So you get more choices of contractor to install this, and get less maintenance. Now, but the bad side is not okay. Coin side is, in fact, is cheaper than real hardwood, but it's not that much cheaper than hardwood. Okay, and some nicer engineered wood is still expensive, almost about the same price as hardwood flooring. It's just because it's easier to install. And another thing with drawback is the choices of this engineered hardwood is not that much. It's relatively limited. The real hardwood, they get a lot of choices of different hardwood, but engineered wood doesn't get that many. And you still need professional installation, not DIY type. Not just you buy it and you can install yourself. No, not like that. You still need people to install, but it's just the skill level is lower, easier, so you can find people easier. So now they move on to the second generation of engineered wood. Actually, we call laminated wood flooring. Now, this one is making it more cheaper and more easier for people, more user-friendly. The cost is about $2 to $3. The cheapest one, $1.99 and $2.99, then you can buy per square foot. Now, this type, the wood flooring is actually they make of the high-density fiber or the particle board, and then with the top, they make the laminate. That's why the laminate layer of the wood sheeting. So that is almost like a paper, and with the wood pattern. So in other words, that's actually is printed on that flooring. But this kind of layer is anti-scratch. They have a good price and anti-scratch. Okay, and it's very cheap. So anti-scratch, how it's good is I'm not saying that you're using a knife and it won't get scratched. It's not that kind of anti-scratch. But compared with solid hardwood or engineered wood is more durable, because for solid wood, actually, even we call this hardwood, is still very soft. We talk about sometimes you drop some stuff, you drop a knife, not the sharp part, it's the handle part. You drop it, it will still make a scratch or make a knot on that. Even with ladies, you walking with the high heel on the real hardwood flooring, you will get the hardwood flooring will get scratched by your high heel. That kind of soft. But with laminate flooring, laminate wood flooring, there's anti-scratch, so you can walk on with your high heel. Now, see, there's another part about engineered wood and real hardwood is usually people have to walk on those flooring with barefoot. Now, you cannot wear shoes because your shoes will scratch the flooring. Okay, so that is kind of bad part about the real wood. Now, laminate wood is anti-scratch. Okay, cheap price and also minimum deformation, because basically the shrinkage and expansion is really low. Okay, and also one thing is really make it popular is DIY. Means I'm an owner. Okay, I'm a homeowner. I can buy this from Lowe's, from Home Depot, and I put it up by myself at home. So that is why I make it so popular, because it doesn't require you nail, doesn't require you glue. It's just like a puzzle. It's like a float. We call float installation. It means no glue down. Okay, real wood type installation, they need to put glue below. So we call glue down installation, but it's called the laminate wood is called float installation. You just float it. You just put on top of that, no glue at all. So it's easy. So you can do DIY. Now, but what is the bad part, was a drawback about this laminate flooring is, first of all, it's a fake grain because it's no real wood. Okay, it's just printing. Okay, and also the texture is hard. Okay, when you stand on that, you can feel that is not true wood. Okay, it's like a hard surface, and also sometimes slippery. Slip surface. Okay, but one major bad part, drawback about this laminate wood flooring is easy get water damage. Okay. If you get water spill on this flooring, it will make this wood pop out, and those laminate pop out and make the wood flooring is swollen. Okay. Now used to be this kind of particle board. We have to use it for. We use it for like bookshelf, right? I don't know if people remember that, right? For bookshelf, a lot of people were using it before, but you will see that if you buy a time goes, sometime when you put stuff your solder right on your bookshelf, and then the condensing water you kind of going down the shelf, and then later on you will see that hole right it start getting swollen. Right, from day by day, right? You see that because when water go into the particle board, it will make those board loosen up. Because those board was by pressure, but when you put water, it's making you loosen up the pressure, so the wood particles start swelling again. So laminate wood have this issue, and the worst scenario I have seen that is an owner. She used laminate wood only for less than 2 years, and then the laminate get bubbling. Okay, get bubble, and the wood itself start rotting. Okay, so that was a laminate wood, because he got moisture on the floor. Okay, so when you're getting water damage, and that is a problem of the laminate wood. Some of those are getting improved, but in the market, generally, laminate wood, this is still a problem. Right now, even the seller will tell you the same thing too. Yes, laminate wood, have this problem. So if you want to get better, you might have another choice. So again, this go with your budget, okay? And what kind of area you're going to do. Now, if you put in kitchen, for example, you want to put in kitchen, you probably think about something else, because the kitchen is wet area, right? Bathroom, you don't want to put this in the bathroom because there's a wet area, right? So something like this, you got to think about, about this category. Not category, the character of this flooring, where can you apply to? Well, maybe your bedroom, you can do that. Maybe your living room, right? So that is where you're going to think of. Now, we'll talk about wood type of flooring. Okay. Now, and then second one we'll talk about is stone tile, hard tile. Okay. Hard tile, inside for hard tile, there is different small subcategory in there. The different material made of could be ceramic tile, could be porcelain tile, and slate tile. Slate tile is equal stone tile. Okay. Now, between ceramic and porcelain, people kind of mixing this up. Now it's kind of like one term, but actually in original, ceramic and porcelain is different things. In old time, ceramic is those, like very popular or cheapest material that we use in bathroom. Those 4-inch by 4-inch tile. Ceramic tile, we use it for bathroom. And then if you get scratch on those surface, you will see underneath is still white color of that tile. Okay, even though outside, the surface is like blue, red, but when you chip that, you see inside is a white color. That is ceramic, because what happened was when they do the process, use the clay. Yeah, the clay is the plain color, the original color. And after they make the clay, the shape, the tile, and then they put color on, and then they go bake. Okay, so that's why the color only on the surface. So that's how the ceramic tile. But porcelain tile is different. Porcelain tile is they put color in the clay. When they start mixing the clay get color, and then they bake it. So the ceramic tile is when you scratch, if you get chip in the surface, the inside the tile is still the same color, so it won't makes it so obvious. But now, there's a between ceramic and porcelain. But now, because the technology and the cost of making porcelain is come down a lot, so that's why now I don't see the ceramic. Usually we call all those are porcelain tile. But you just we talk about two terms, but pretty much about same stuff. Okay, ceramic tile, porcelain tile, basically the same. And then another one is slate. Slate tile is actually stone tile. Okay, they have natural slate, and you lay it out, right? And then between using the cement grout. Okay. Now for this hard tile, and also a stone, like marble stone tile, right? Hard tile, okay, the price. Well, again, we talk about in like Lowe's, Home Depot. We talk about $2 to $5 per square feet. Okay, and what is good on that is tile is good on concrete slab. It's very durable. Okay, and good on wet surface because it's basically is waterproof, right? So there's a lot of people think about in kitchen, right? Kitchen you can do tile. Okay, hard tile. Now, but the drawback about hard tile is, now we know that people, different days, different size of tile, right? Some is a 1 foot by 1 foot, and some is a longer one, rectangle shape. People use it in the wall, right? And use it in the floor. And some is a bigger. People you usually go to hotel, you see those big tile, very grand, right? Now, drawback on this is when you go tile size bigger than 18 inch by 18 inch, this big, it becomes very hard to install. Now, because when we build a house or build a structure, the floor, the slab is not absolute flat like a ruler, right? So there is a lot of bumping up and down. Even wood flooring too, wood framing is also sometimes up and down. Now, imagine this, right? If the floor is an absolute flat, when you put tile, now if this is small tile, okay, so they can easily adjust the changing of slope, one by one, okay, and then you don't really feel that. But if you have big tile, like 18 inch, 24 inch, 2 feet by 2 feet tile, so in between the two tile, it is really difficult, hard to adjust, of the transition of the slope. So if you press down this side, maybe this side popping up, okay, so then it makes it difficult. Okay, and also, if you do not install right, then what happens is after you install, you will feel the scratching. When you walk on the tile, you feel it scratching your foot. So that is a bad installation. So for install big tile of an area, a lot of time the contractor, the installer, they have to pre-level the slab, the floor, the substrate one time. Okay, like if there's a concrete, they have to pour extra concrete layer to make it real flat before they can install. Okay, even wood too. Okay, so that means, in other words, now if you get a big piece of tile, you need professional installer, or you got to pay more labor to install this big tile. Okay, there's a drawback on that. So this is a hard tile issue. Okay, but overall, hard tile, the get advantage is waterproofing, and they have nice pattern. Okay, right now you go Lowe's, you go to Home Depot, you will see a lot of choice for tile. Okay, so and also you can use it for not only flooring, you can use it for wall as well. Right. So this is a hard tile.